The young, up-and-coming Mansfield Senior High Tigers try for a second consecutive sectional championship, but they're going to have to upend the longtime queens of the district in D2 powerhouse Bellevue, who continue their quest to defend the district crown here tonight. It's live and free tournament hoops streaming right into the palm of your hands anywhere the internet can be found. And it's all on the way next.
Nervous?
Oh, Blaze. Brings back so many good memories.
Remember our road trip in '97?
Our first real heart-to-heart.
I've never seen any of your movies! Not even the ones we're in together!
Hey, do you remember when that stalker kidnapped us?
Yes!
Blaze was there.
Blaze.
Do you have barbecue? Or cheddar jalapeno?
Ooh. Oh, remember when we stumbled into that turf war? Remember when you bought your first house?
Hi! I'm Seth!
Those were good times.
They were golden.
You ready? Seth, do you?
I do.
And Janet, do you?
That's a yes.
I love this lady! Best night of my life! It's Freedom Fest, Ohio, featuring Justin Moore. You look like I need a drink right now. Crowder. God Almighty, I hope you'll find Rodney Atkins. Makes me wanna take a back road. Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Very nice look to Denbo.
Regarding her beautiful
Behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
being aggressive and traveling, or is trapping. Inside to Holloway.
2-on-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself off the glass, and Crestview comes back.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
Lay D2 sectional champion will be crowned tonight, and we've got all the action on the way between number 2 Bellevue and 7th-seeded Mansfield Senior right here and now, folks. Good evening and welcome to the Frito Lay pregame show. My name is Brian Skoronsky. This is Travis Big League Berardi.
What up?
I think we got a more fun matchup than a lot of people out there maybe realize, because Bellevue's been so dominant over the last decade or so. But this isn't the standard Bellevue squad. While they still have a Santoro out there, not one that's actually playing in the game, just Coach Corey. Yep. And for Mansfield Senior, it's a very, very young team, but super talented, and they've been playing some of their best basketball right now this time of year.
Yeah, we saw right here on the OH Report early on in the season, Javar Hudgens' squad blow some late leads, lose some close games, but they got better as the season went on. I think a comeback victory against Loudonville really turned things around for them. They went on a winning streak, and that got them to what I thought was a very underseeded number at number 7, and we've shown that already with the 5th seed losing and the 6th seed barely winning against the 10 seed. So I think Mansfield Senior, an underseeded squad. They get a tough draw here, but I think they can compete tonight.
Let's look a little bit deeper and closer at Bellevue as we shine the spotlight on them. And this is a team that shoots it really well in the paint, Travis, but they struggle a little bit beyond the perimeter, even though they've been pretty dominant, winning by more than 20 points a game so far.
Yeah, it's something you don't see, and I think it's because there isn't a Santoro in the lineup to help boost those three-point numbers. Only 25% from the field, but their defense, that's their main key. Only allowing 36.3 points per game, 21.6 steals, and then the 27.4 rebounds that really helps them out one and done for other teams' offenses.
So obviously expect to see them here tonight really get after Mansfield on the defensive end. The Tygers, so many sophomores out there on the floor, and then some freshmen as well. So that's got to be the game plan, you think, for Coach Santoro and his club here tonight. All right, let's talk a bit more about the Tygers. We'll shine the spotlight on them now. And just one senior paired with a bunch of sophomores and a talented junior as well in Kaya Wentz. But this is a team that's a year ahead of schedule, I think, according to just how basketball typically works. But they're blossoming right now, Travis, and they're, as a 7th seed, a very dangerous squad.
Yeah, 5 players over 5 points a game, led by Kirsten Bradley and Minetta Hillary, who has some of the best handles in the area, maybe in this whole district and region, because she can just take you off the dribble and opens everything else up. And if they can get their 3-point shooting going tonight as well, that's going to be a big key for the Lady Tigers tonight.
One of their stud sophomores, the sensation Kirsten Bradley, has really developed this season into a total offensive weapon. Last year we saw she was more of just a volume shooter, and while she led the team in scoring, it was because she was putting up so many shots. This year, 2nd team all-district, and she's able to get to the rack a lot better. She shoots it pretty well from beyond the arc too, and she's definitely raised her assist totals on the season. So I think she's probably the most complete player that they have offensively.
Yeah, shooting over 40% from the field, 33%. That's just second to Kaya Wentz. And like I said, that 3-point shooting, they have 3 players over 30% from beyond the arc. And Kirsten Bradley, one of the main reasons that the Lady Tigers are here in this position.
Well, let's talk about what's going to decide tonight's game, at least according to us, Big League. Let's begin with Bellevue. What's your key for them tonight to get a win and knock off this baby Tiger club?
It's to handle this Lady Tiger pressure, because we've seen it with our own eyes, how they can really speed up the game and turn you over. Bellevue averaging about 15 turnovers per game, which is not what we're used to seeing from Bellevue, but, you know, they're a little bit of a younger squad. If they can handle the pressure, it will go to what you have for your key.
Well, Mansfield Senior, they've showed, man. I mean, the verdict's out. If you're in the game late against Mansfield Senior, they're going to allow you to stay in the game, if not overtake them by the end. Granted, they've done a much better job in the second half of the season in late game situations, but we've seen it a lot of times this year. The Tigers will have big leads, and in the 4th quarter, they'll melt down. So I think if Bellevue can just keep it close, they're going to give themselves a great chance here to kind of flash the letters across their chest and say, hey, this is still Bellevue basketball. I know that we don't have one of the elite guards in the state this year, but we are still a premier program. All right, and for the Lady Tigers, Travis, for me, it's don't see red.
Just like what you just said, yeah.
Obviously, you got to see red out there because you're going against the Lady Red. So what do I actually mean by that? when the bull comes charging at you late in the game, because I fully anticipate Mansfield Senior is going to be, if not in the lead, very close at the end of the game, let them come by, man. Let them go out of the way. Keep doing you. Don't melt down. Don't sweat it. And then, of course, you got to cause some chaos to get yourself in that situation,
Absolutely. Like I said, un-Bellevue like this year, they've had 301 total turnovers this year. If you can turn them over, like I said, speed them up, play Mansfield Senior Lady Tiger basketball, play defense like Javar does on the sideline all game, you're going to have a chance of another sectional championship in Clear Fork in the district semifinal.
Congratulations to the Lady Colts, who on the first of our doubleheader
what a
live
game that
streams tonight was able to hold off Kenton to trim down the nets. First 21 season for them, Travis, since your birth year, buddy. So it's been a minute. Look at the goatee. It's coming in big.
It's playoff
He's
beard,
a grown
tournament
man.
beard. Yeah, exactly. But since I was born March of '88, that's the last time they had 20 wins. But congratulations to the Lady Colts. Who will they see? We'll find out here in just 4 short quarters.
That wraps up our Frito Lay pregame. It is time for action. Girls Hoops Sectional Championship Division II style. Lady Tigers looking for their second straight trip to the districts. It had been a while, over a decade, since they had their previous sectional title. And this is about as big a test as you can really get going against a club. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I believe Bellevue's been to regionals like 6 out of the last 7 years.
And the one time was, I think it was the COVID year when Willard won that district championship. They got upset by Perkins in the district semifinals. But, you know, for the Lady Tigers, you could say this year they're ahead of schedule. They were ahead of schedule last year. They knocked off Clear Fork at the Colt Corral to win the sectional championship. And they hung with Shelby, who ended up playing for a district title for the first, quarter or two. Now you get to hear, and, there's some high hopes for this Lady Tigers squad. And I think that they need, they can get stuff done, but that's not what they need to do for early on here is turn the ball over.
Fantastic start here for the Lady Red as Dominic Wise gets all the way to the cup, making it 3-0. And this is the defense that we were talking about. Bellevue turns over their opponents more than 20 times a game, actually way more than that. They have 21 just steals, Travis, where they keep it in the field to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's something that Bellevue's used to doing, and that's why they have another successful season. Losses to Perrysburg, Shelby, Liberty Benton, Toledo Start, and then Perkins, all quality opponents, but they've beaten everybody else that they're supposed to. And that's because of that defense.
Bradley, triple on the way. We're all square here at Bob Haas.
You can't leave these shooters open like that. If you give them 1 or 2 seconds to get ready, 80-90% of the time they're going to hit it. Nice ball movement, though.
And we're going to get a foul on the shot attempt, so it'll be the second foul against Mansfield Senior.
That's going to be the second foul against Amani Mitchell. So not the start you want defensively for Coach Hudgens' squad. She's going to have to take a seat probably for the rest of this quarter.
You saw on the replay there, it was Hillary who came down, got a big chunk of the ball. Amani, hand straight up.
And it was the ref behind the play, so he might have called the wrong player with the foul. And that's going to be tough for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, check this out. No contact created there with Amani, so tough break for the Tigers as she heads over to the bench. As Travis said, maybe for the duration of this first quarter. And the Tigers, not necessarily a real deep squad. They do lose a little bit when they go into their bench. No disrespect to players like Daisy Mans and such, but their starting 5 really good, work well with one another. So when they do have to go into their bench, it's just a little bit different look.
I'll say on the other way, Daisy Mans did lead the Lady Tigers in their sectional semifinal victory. And, you know what, a player to watch off the bench, Annalise Norris, the freshman.
Sure.
Over 8 rebounds per game. She's really come into her own here in the second half of the season, and one of those key players off the bench for Coach Hudgens. Not only this year, but for the next 3. He's pumped to have a player like that on his squad.
Yeah, hard-working girl, and you can tell just definitely part of the group. They've allowed her into the mix even as a freshman. Jump ball. Not a very liked call on the Bellevue side. Thought maybe there should have been a foul there. Reach in on Kaya Wentz.
I think she got the ball, and she just kept with it. Now, if she would have lost contact of the ball, he could have gotten her for a hold, but she did a good job there staying with it. Patience is going to be a key for the Lady Tigers as well here.
Look at Hillary with the shake and bake, trying to get Wise off her shoes there.
Good job on the double team inside the paint to force the touch shot.
Lady Red with nice ball movement, open look, nothing but the bottom for Vogel. The captain splashes one from downtown.
Vogel averaging 11 points per game, just under 30% from the three-point stripe, so that's something that they need to look for.
Bradley looking for the answer at the other end. I see Papa jumping up in the bleachers, having a great time. Maurice Bradley here.
That was a perfectly executed offensive possession. Hillary driving. It's a really unforced turnover there by Bellevue, but perfectly executed. Hillary drove into the lane, brought everybody to her, kicks it out for the open shot in the three.
After the turnover, Tigers looking for the tire to take the lead here on this possession. Instead, it's going to be Dominique with an easy one, coasting in for the bunny.
That's going to be the easiest bucket she'll probably get tonight. Read it perfectly, nobody in front of her. 10-6.
Second steal and end-to-end finish for Dominique. Tigers fortunate to hang on to the basketball here. And Bellevue doing an awesome job so far. I do think of pressuring on the perimeter, something that's been a calling card of Mansfield Senior.
Yeah, only 2 times they were unable to. That turned into 3-point attempts for the Lady Tigers.
Hillary off the glass, too firm with that shot. One and done. And here come the Lady Red.
Looking to slow things down, set that offense up.
Mansfield showing a zone look this time. Tough shot forced up that time by Molly Foos. Now Bradley off the penetration. Puts it right up over the top of the rim, and all 8 of the Tigers' points belonging to 23.
It's really shown up here to start off. That's a great take. You'd expect something like that from Annetta Hillary, but she saw an open lane, took it to the hole for the bucket.
Wyndham with an excellent block out. Pushes it ahead to Mans. Daisy lost the rock on the floor. We're going to get a tie-up, though, and possession arrow is going to favor Bellevue.
The Lady Tigers looking to press the offense there. Mans at the last second looked to back it up, ran into a Bellevue defender, and it turns into a change of possession.
So Annalise Norris, the freshman, off the bench here midway through the first quarter.
This Bellevue squad, that's a nice break of the 1-3-1 that Mansfield Senior has.
And then Wise with the offensive rebound, the point guard with the putback. She's off to an excellent start.
Coach Hudgens forced to call a timeout already. Trapped in a bad spot there. Almost caused a 10-second foul.
Timeout by the Lady Tigers, 30-second timeout.
Coach Hudgens now in his 3rd season, head coach for Mansfield Senior. Long time area leader and coach for the youth programs in the greater Mansfield area. Certainly for the Tigers boys team for many, many years. He was an assistant. And talking to VAR, he basically said, if there's a player in Richland County playing on a high school basketball team, I have been their coach at one time or another. And I believe it. He was my daughter's coach for a few years.
Did he coach her?
It was unreal watching him. He would be at these tournaments and would have to only coach 2 quarters of one game so he could run over to the other, coach a quarter and a half of that one, and then run over and coach another team. So
a man of many hats.
He is for sure. Got like 4 different jobs. Not sure how he makes it all work, but definitely got the Tigers girls program heading in a fantastic direction right now.
We're going to get a foul against Bellevue.
Be Ella Rucker Tried to cut off Bradley on the baseline drive. She thought that she got there first and that there wasn't enough contact maybe for the whistle.
Yeah, this is a Bellevue squad without Santoro to their name, to their lineup. A nice offensive rebound. But Bellevue still has a lot of those role players from last year's district championship team. Vogel, Bollinger, Foose, to name a few, that were key components of that win against Shelby.
Bradley with the footwork off the bounce, continues to carry the Tigers. She's at double figures already, all 10.
Having the game of her life so far, and quite the time to do it.
And it's been such a treat being a part of Mansfield Senior basketball the last 2 years and watching these babies grow up. And Kirsten,
they're going to call jump ball before, wow, the out of bounds call.
Pretty quick jump ball call. Bradley, though, just in her interviews, talking about how much her game has grown. She's really candid with her conversations with us and just openly admitted, you know, she struggled, forced a lot of things as a freshman, even early on in the sophomore year. Now she's a veteran, man. She's got a lot of varsity minutes as we're into the tournament of her sophomore season.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, despite being so young, they still won a sectional championship. And they still played for, you know, the district runner-up. Pretty tough there. That's some great experience. Look at a foul call. A lot going on there inside the paint, Ski.
Yeah, there was. I think about 3 different offensive rebounds for the Lady Red. Hillary eventually picking up the personal.
Lady Tigers have been making every shot attempt tough for Bellevue, but that's a tough turnover.
Yeah, that's really where they've killed themselves, is basically just throwing it to Dominique, who goes in for buckets. That's the 3rd time tonight she's had a theft and then cashed it into the pawn shop immediately.
And the Lady Tigers, another turnover. And this is also something that we've seen, streaks of just some bad ball movement, going into position to where you're going to get trapped, and that's not what you need to see from the Lady Tigers here.
Deep 3 from the corner, up over the top from Bollinger. Hit the restraint. Bradley, who got about a 5-second breather, right back into the action. Checking in for Julia Wyndham.
The way she's been playing so far, you know, yeah, you'll get 5-10 seconds, but you got to get back in there.
Nice skip pass. Wentz open. Can't come through. Lady Red moving it from side to side. They've done that well on the perimeter. Now
nice
they get
kick.
the kick out. Weiss. Not this time. Another 3 from the corner. So an empty possession for Bellevue.
Quick ball movement, giving them the open looks, just weren't able to hit that time.
Look how aggressive Bradley has been. That's the first time she's given it away. It's Reese. End-to-end, lost the handle herself.
Nice job by Hillary and Wentz to get back despite the turnover and get it right back.
Take a look on our Charter Next Gen replay. Just nice hands there by Hillary to poke it away from Haley. You see Kyla just laying out on the floor, crawling after the basketball. This is tournament time, man.
110% effort. That's what you need to survive and advance here.
Here's Norris working down on the block. Wow. Strong. Big girl move that time. Just bullied her way in for 2.
And people watching this are like, wow, was she a junior or senior? No, she's a freshman doing these things.
Great size, talent for just a 9th grader. And she's going to draw the foul here.
Yeah, she was kind of in between. If she would have taken the charge, probably got the call, but at the last second, she went for the reach in. She'll get called with it. 4th team foul.
Down to 15 seconds. We'll see if Bellevue tries to hold for the final shot. Instead, it's almost a give it away. A tie-up, Tiger basketball.
They end up turning it over anyway. Lady Tigers with a chance to possibly tie or take the lead here before the end of the quarter.
Wentz over on the bench. Typically, she's the player that closes out the quarter for him. Made a lot of heroic shots at the end of frames. We'll see what they draw up here. Start it in the hands of Bradley.
Yeah, this is where you need Hillary.
Yeah, Drew in between the double team. The runner right back to her. Oh. Not good at the horn, but a foul before.
That's the quarter, but they will get the foul call.
And it's going to go against Netta. Loose ball foul. We are at the end of one, though. Great game. So far, Bellevue leads by 2 as we head to the second. What's up, y'all? Tournament basketball here on the OH Report, live and free the only way we know how. Great game here at Bob Haas. 14-12, Bellevue leads as we head into the second. I'm Brian along with Travis Berardi tonight, and hey, all 250 of you out there watching on the YouTubes and the Facebooks. Always love hearing from our fans. Want to know where you're watching from. Who are you cheering for tonight? Who would you like to see match up with Clear Fork in the next round? Let us know. Drop us a line. You might end up on our fan zone, or we'll read your comment over the airwaves here tonight. How about that? 6 feet inside. Foose, too strong off the shot.
Lady Tigers with a 1-2-2. They're able to pass and break that. We're going to get block foul. Ooh.
Looked like the rotation just a hair late. And Bradley, who had 10 points to lead all scorers in the opening frame, heading to the free throw line. Bang, bang, official right there.
I think she still was trying to get set, maybe a half a second too late. .55% free throw shooter hits the first. You take a look at Coach Santoro.
He's done such an awesome job with this program, and even better job being a father to some outstanding
D1
basketball
athletes.
Players.
Yeah.
I believe all 3 of his daughters were 2,000-point scorers. That's outrageous.
It's crazy. Maybe 1 or 2, but all 3 is just nuts. Turnover, Bellevue.
Mid-range J, no good. Strong rebound inside for Bollinger, but she gave it right back. Tigers were waiting. And the defense on both sides creating some problems for the opposing offenses.
What a crossover by Hillary. Timeout, Bellevue. My goodness.
Tigers lead for the first time tonight. Check
watch
this out.
Woo! And then Annalise Norris with a perfect seal. Wasn't a moving screen. She just set it right at the block. Open look. And the Lady Tigers leading.
Nobody puts their opponents on skates in the girls' game quite like Netta Hillary in this area. Part of that awesome sophomore class Coach Hudgens has been developing since they were some youngsters. And Netta, too, another girl that's been fun to see her get a little bit better on the microphone with her interviews at the end of games.
Yeah.
She admitted that Didn't really like doing it at first, and she's come a long way, been putting in some practice.
Repetition, just like basketball. Repetition helps.
Now the Tigers with an extended zone look. We saw this some in the first quarter. As that three ball explodes through the bottom. Brandon Vogel.
Both threes coming from Vogel, and that was hand in the face tough.
Lady Tigers go right back up. Left hand hanging and clanging off the glass that time for Hillary.
Moneta looking like Quan down there with the spin.
And I watched her pregame last Saturday. I got really early to the gym on senior day, and over I see Moneta Hillary going to the rack and doing acrobatic shots like that. So it's not an accident when you train your brain that it's just normal to go in the lane like that.
The great ones always do a little bit extra.
Offensive rebound pulled down and heading to the line. Bryn Vogel. See, we got Stanley tuning in from St. Louis. What up, Mr. Tillman?
Number 11, Bryn Vogel, shooting 2.
Got young blood out there. Honestly hoping Mansfield Senior will win. Likes the underdogs. Linda Mendoza, what a surprise. She's dropping
Linda,
us
our
comments.
favorite viewer. Oh, misses both. You just can't give up an offensive rebound like that.
Lady Red have not been able to throw down the daggers, though, off of these offensive boards. But Wentz looked like she was kind of off of her equilibrium that whole time. Just a bit off balance and threw it out of bounds.
Coach Hudgens not happy with that. Slapping the seat. You just can't give a rebound like that up.
Yeah, Bar's got a little bit more of a sweat and a glow going on that ball.
It is warm in here. It is warm in here, though. But, you know, this is a big game for Mansfield Senior.
Triple. Well short that time from Reese. But the 50-50 balls and the extra energy, I'm surprised to see that Bellevue's been making almost all those plays.
But are you surprised by that? Because that's what Bellevue has done over the years, and that's what's helped them get to, regionals years after year after year, district championship games. It's just they go 150% all the time. And that extra effort's that 2-3 points that gives them some of these wins late.
Mitchell kicks out Wyndham. Too strong with the three. Amani working hard inside. Another tie-up. Lots of jump balls so far here early on in this contest. 11 minutes in.
That's just the physical play you've seen from both sides. Nobody's stepping down. They want this just a little bit more.
Hillary over on the bench right now. Got Wyndham on the perimeter handling. She's a gifted player. Spinning and getting hit on the arm with the shot attempt.
Just so strong to the hoop to draw that one.
Dominic Wise called for the personal. Both teams now with 5 apiece.
A couple players with 2 fouls, but that's it.
So a foul to give each way before bonus free throws are a part of the second quarter.
Wyndham, a 52% free throw shooter. Nails both. Lady Tigers, 4 of 6 from the line this far.
And they've got their largest lead so far of the night, 3-point differential.
Sticking with a bit of an extended zone here. Trying to shut down the lane where Bellevue's been pretty successful here tonight.
Boinger, double team, dribbled out of bounds. Much to the fun, good times of Coach Hutchins.
We just talked about Bellevue getting those extra plays, getting to the ball. That is Mansfield Senior TY Tiger basketball at its best. Playing defensively, trapping you, and forcing the turnover.
Our producer pointed out it was almost like Javar was out there setting a pick. Nobody spends more time actually on the playing surface than the Lady Tigers coach.
Oh, nice strip. Nearly got the turnover.
Now Wyndham doubled up. She has to go down to the floor and gives it away. Loose ball to the hands of Foos.
Both teams with 7 turnovers thus far.
From the short corner, not even close. Offensive rebound by Foos. Almost threw it away. Turner tracks it down.
Nice pass inside. Jump
but
ball.
Another jump ball call.
Amani Mitchell just at the last second able to get a hand on it. That's the right call. It's perfect. Perfect defense there. And we were talking about how warm it is in here. This may play a factor for both sides as well.
Wyndham not wanting to give up possession. Don't blame her, but it is in fact Bellevue basketball, so she'll have to turn way to Audrey Turner here. And she's one of potentially 3 freshmen that we could see play here tonight for Bellevue. Nice mix to go along with the 3 senior captains, Bollinger, Vogel, and Foos. She'll send a 3 this time. Came up short. Race
nice
to the corner.
Box out.
Yeah, how about Bradley doing an excellent job just keeping Brooke Brown out of the equation.
That's great heads-up play. Most players, they go after the ball, but instead she goes for the box out. Knows last touch by Bellevue. And it allows Mansfield Senior to set up their press breaker.
Kion corks one. Offensive rebound for Mitchell. Sets a screen, rolls, but it's tipped. Wise with another steal. Unofficially, that's got to be at least 5 for her.
Hero step.
Now the Tigers with a 5-on-4.
Great job by Bellevue to get back. They had 4 in the paint right as Bradley crossed half court, and then she turns it over. 9th Lady Tiger turnover of the half. Did you see it?
Didn't have a great angle on the replay. The official was right behind her. Nice catch in traffic, but now it's loose. Bradley comes away with it. Tigers looking to add to their 3-point margin.
Seems like it's been this score for the last 4 minutes. Just both defenses kicking things up a notch.
Bradley from outside. Wow, that's about as far off target as she's probably been in her whole career. Maybe a draft coming through. It's hot in here. They might have opened a window, maybe a door.
Yeah, it looked like she went. She has a kind of shot where she goes with both hands, and I think she pushed her left one a little bit too early. Caused it to go off. Ooh.
Bollinger off the bounce, sets up Vogel, sends it. Both of these teams shoot right around 25% from downtown, so neither are great from beyond the perimeter. What's been surprising for Bellevue, even though they're crushing it on the offensive glass and are going to have a couple of free throws here, is that heading into this game, Mansfield Senior had attempted about 3 times as many 3-pointers as Bellevue has. But so far tonight, it's been the Lady Red kind of living and dying by the 3. They'll get a free throw here, though.
I'm going to say they got Wentz with the left hand on the body because that looked like a clean block.
Dominic splits the pair. 2-point game. Tigers have been stuck on 20 for quite some time.
Just got notification at halftime. Clearport coach Scott Seller is going to come over and talk to us for a little bit, talk about their win.
Oh, goody. Learned an interesting fact today. Coach Sellers and you.
Same birthday.
Born on the same day in history. How about that?
Him a couple years earlier. Ooh. Lady Tigers got a break there.
Coach Santoro knows that. He wants a better explanation from the referee than what we just saw.
She did spin over. That is a walk. You can't turn.
Tigers so icy right now shooting the basketball.
But their defense has allowed them to maintain this lead. You would like to see Mansfield Senior run this last minute off with possession. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be the best case scenario. Get the final shot of this quarter. That'll be on the floor.
And it's a last foul to give here for Bellevue. Tigers will have to inbound. And I think that's the second foul now on Dominique Wise.
You're correct, sir. Yeah, that's all right. That was on the floor. I don't know if they thought it was a 1-and-1 or not, but that was before the shot.
So Dominique going to check out for a little while. Turner will replace her.
Oh, go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
Becca Conrad diving into the Twitters, probably looking at some of the photos, videos that we posted earlier. She was our MVP for Clear Fork in the victory earlier today.
A physical battle. If you guys haven't seen it, it is live well, it's not live, but it's free on our Facebook and YouTube pages.
Wyndham calls for the screen, gets it.
Woo!
Almost a Showtime bucket there. Norris coming through with a huge offensive board. Second chance points, not this time for the Tigers, who have not scored in over 5 minutes here.
Big box out inside as well to save that for Bellevue.
Coast to coast, no bueno for Vogel. Tigers down to 2 seconds. I don't think they recognize the time, and we'll head to the second half with Mansfield on top 20-18 despite not scoring for more than half of that second quarter. 8-4. Mansfield with the advantage there in the frame. Stick around for the Frito Lay halftime. We'll have stats, analysis, and a conversation with one Scott Sellers. That's all on the other side.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skoronsky, and you were just watching live and free Girls High School Hoops exclusively on the OH Report. But stick around, the halftime show is next, including stats, analysis, and so much more, including the second half on the way.
Freedom Fest, Ohio, featuring Justin Moore. You look like I need a drink right now. Crowder. God Almighty, I hope you'll find Brittany Atkins, Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Nice look to Denbo.
Regarding her beautiful behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker, and it's the shot. Wow!
Being aggressive in traveling, or in trapping. Inside to Holloway.
2-1-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself off the glass, and Curfew comes back.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
It is halftime in sectional final number 2 here at Willard High School with your score, Mansfield Senior 20, Bellevue 18. Travis Berardi back here with a special guest, sectional champion coach, Scott Sellers of third-seeded Clear Fork. First, coach, congratulations. First time since 2015 that you have been able to cut down the nets, and the first time since I was born, same birthday though, that you've gotten a 21 season. This is a special team that you have, Coach.
It is. You know, we talked this week. No player on our team had ever actually cut down a net, believe it or not. So we prepared for that like we prepared for everything else. And I thought they did a good job there cutting down the net. But, you know, closing out the game, I'm really happy for them. They worked so hard this offseason. We knew we were going to have a team that is towards the end of their season. So every time you play these games now, you know you're going to get effort. And so we matched it. We were able to execute. And we were able to come here and win our first sectional since 2015.
You know, head coach Jim Valvano, back that North Carolina State team, if you watch the 30 for 30, he said they practice cutting down the nets. They know what to do. So it works out when you guys do that.
We don't have that budget, but we would have. We would try that maybe next year.
But this was a physical battle for you guys. You know, you had the double-digit lead. They fought back, cut it down at the half. You guys able to build it back out. They brought it back. Just a physical battle. And like you said, you guys were able to really finish off and get the last punch in.
Yeah, Becca Conrad did an amazing job. You know,
MVP,
they have a player, 6'2". They have another freshman. She's around 6 foot. They can play. So they had size. You know, they played really hard. You know, Becca got in a little bit of foul trouble. I think they did too. So, you know, I thought our guards did enough to win, to help us win. Becca did, enough, and usually what she's been doing all year, which is she's a double-double machine, and, we were able to close it out. But, credit to Kenton. They played really hard, and, I thought we were able to match that.
Moving forward now, you guys, I know the coaching staff's here scouting this one. Is there a team you would rather see out of these two?
I don't know that you root for one or another. I think they both have challenges for us. What Javar's done with this team, this senior team, I love how they play. Their guard play is so fantastic. I thought that they were way better than a 7 seed coming in. I just think they're so skilled with Bradley, Wentz, Hillary, they're just such good players, and they're big, and they have a nice complement of size, plus just calmness in their guards, and they can really play basketball. And then Bellevue, you can't argue what they've done the last 12 years. They've won their league 12 years in a row. They play about as hard and physical as any team we will see, with the exception of maybe Shelby. It's probably a little bit more physical, but they bring it too, and that's why this is a 20-18 game.
All right, Coach. Well, I will let you get back to scouting, but like we do to everybody, if you want to give anybody some shout-outs, go for it right now, my friend.
Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Kat in California. Shout out to my guy Joel in Chicago, Mike in Arkansas. I hope you guys are watching.
All right, Clear Fork head coach Scott Sellers. We'll see you at Ashland in the district semifinals, sir.
Thank you.
All right, time now to take a look at our halftime statistics. Brought to you by Frito Lay. 20-18 your score. Lady Tigers, one more field goal. That's the difference. Both teams with 2 threes. Rebounding about the same, but Bellevue, 9 offensive rebounds here in the first half has really kept them along. Both teams 6 fouls. Turnovers, 10-9. You knew it coming into this one. These two teams, great defenses. They were going to force the turnovers. It's been the same. 10-9 free throws, both teams the 4. So, a really closely contested first half here as I bring back Brian Skoronsky into the thick of things.
I mean, every statistical category is basically the same, and it felt that way in the first quarter. Lady Red had a little bit bigger run. In the second quarter, Lady Tigers had a little bit bigger run, and that's where we've gotten to this point, just a 2-point game heading into the second half. 2 great defensive teams that both went a little bit icy offensively in that second quarter, so it probably is going to boil down to who can make some shots, man. I mean, Bellevue, how many open looks did they get from 3 that they were not able to capitalize on? Many offensive rebounds, but the second chance points just not there for the Lady Red. Meanwhile, same thing for the Lady Tigers, who were able to get some nice looks offensively, but if the ball's just not going through the bottom, it's problematic. We'll see who turns it on here in the second half and produces a little bit more O than the competition.
Yeah, these are 2 good coaches. Coach Santoro for years has been one of the best in the Sandusky Bay Conference, and then you have Coach Hudgens. He's coached a long time, but now finally gets the head job here at Mansfield Senior last couple years, and, one of the best up-and-coming coaches in the area, so we're in for quite the second half.
Coach Sellers just told me on his way down, he was like, man, Mansfield Senior's really tough, like what we're seeing from them. Same thing for Bellevue. They've definitely had a little bit higher peak in their RPMs and their motor, I think, today so far up to this point.
Yes.
But to your point that you made in the first half, that's kind of what they've been known for, is that they'll outwork you. And then in the past, they've had some of those really dominant players that can put you away. They're going to have to win a little bit differently this year, but the same type of standard and mentality is what we've been seeing from the Lady Red so far, who just fouled in and put Imani Mitchell on the line.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass from Kaya Wentz, threaded the needle inside, and Mitchell will get her first free throw attempts of the game. Only a 38% free throw. No, they're going to call it on the floor? What? Okay, never mind.
No argument from Coach Hudgens.
Oh, okay.
Just barks out the play. Here's Bradley looking to back down her defender. Instead, kicks out for Wentz.
That foul is against Molly Foos, her first. Oh, what a play.
Bradley can't finish it off, though. Offensive board and put back for the senior.
Great effort here the first couple possessions for Imani Mitchell in the second half. And the Lady Tigers force a turnover. You're feeling a little momentum coming now TY's way. 10th turnover for Bellevue.
Bollinger just lost the handle there as Bradley applied the pressure.
Lady Tigers, can they extend on their largest lead of the game here, 4 points?
Bellevue switching. They're sitting in half-court man-to-man now. And I think this is where the Tigers can feast a little bit more than going against that zone because they're so gifted in terms of their ability to get to the rack.
Oh, my goodness.
Hillary off balance, short corner, puts it through. 6-point advantage now for the TY.
She's only a sophomore doing this. Just think what another year and a half of basketball she can do.
Nice setup straight away. Bomb won't explode. Put back not there either. See if the third time's a charm here on this possession for Bellevue. Instead, it's going to be a bit of a force-up, I think, from Vogel. Had Hillary draped all around her.
That was a great job by Hillary just to stay straight up and down.
And one! Now you feel the pendulum fully shifting in favor of Mansfield Senior.
The referee's coming over to the VAR and saying, hey, you got to calm down, coach. You can't be jumping around on the floor. But that is a huge bucket for the Tigers.
Kirsten's got 14 points. She'll stay there. And we haven't talked about it yet, though Bellevue undefeated in league play this season. That's an excellent take. Things just open up for Wise. The conference really down in the SBC this year when you look at the level of competition that they had to face. So I don't think this is a Bellevue squad that has been battle-tested like we've seen from previous years when they've got to this point in the tournament.
Yeah, and you've even seen it with the tournament. Some of the best teams right below them. That's going to be a turnover. But see Norwalk, they were a 5 seed. They were right below Bellevue. They get knocked out by the Kenton team we just saw. Vermilion also right up there, but Vermilion, they had to hold off a 10 seed in Lexington who was having a so-so year this year. So, you know, after Bellevue, it kind of drops off in that division in the Sandusky Bay.
And that one's going to drop through for Hillary. Starting to find her stride in the second half. 8-point lead for Mansfield Senior. Telling the crowd to get up on their feet. Want to hear Tiger Nation here in the building.
And you just sense all this momentum coming back to the Lady Tigers. That's why we got the timeout by Coach Santoro, because coming out of this break, Mansfield Senior's done everything right.
Been a great third quarter team all season long.
And you have to think, let's see how far they can push this lead out, because we've seen in the fourth quarter with this Tiger squad that they let teams back in. So can they balloon this out to 10, 15 points to give them a little bit more comfort going into that fourth quarter? Because you know, it doesn't matter who's on the court for Bellevue. They're going to bring it right at you until the end. What a way to start off our busy week here at the OH Report, Ski.
30 games lined up.
You heard that right, folks. 30.
Got 3 tonight. The 2 live streams here from Willard.
Shelby already winning easily for a highlight.
So just tons of playoff action coming up on the OH Report this week. This is just the tip of the iceberg tonight. Great fake to the corner. Wow. Shot missed in tight, though. Bollinger was able to get all the way to the rack. And the Lady Red continue to struggle. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Going nuts here in the third. No answer at the other end. Tie up, though, as Rucker skied to the second story for the rebounds.
So on one end, Bellevue unable to get the bunny, and on the other end, Manetta Hillary. That's like a 10% makeability. She makes it look easy. She's in double figures now.
Finally, the Lady Red get one to go from downtown. Brandon Vogel splashes that one, and at a much-needed time for them.
Hillary makes an acrobatic layup, gets that momentum for the TY Tigers, and Bellevue able to get some of that back with the tray. We've only played 4 minutes of this quarter. It seems like we played 10.
Hillary drawing a crowd, gives it up. Now Bradley to the corner. Julia splits the gap. Kirsten lets it launch. And turns to the crowd with a celebration.
She got it.
having a great game so far as Bradley. Big answer at the other end. Rucker, the sophomore, knocks down the open look.
4 points off the bench for her, back down to an 8-point game.
Ooh. Jump ball again. You saw Hillary like she ran into the miss of the linebackers and just got drilled. Shaken up a little bit.
She just went into a brick wall. And Kirsten Bradley holding her side said she got elbowed.
So a couple of Lady Tigers shaken up on that last play. Whew. It's going to force Kirsten to check out here momentarily.
Both of the games we've seen today, physical battles here in Division II.
Here comes the double team on Netta. Not the player that you want to double, I don't think. Though she did lose the handle, uncharacteristic of her.
I was just about to say, rarely is she able to get trapped just because of the handles that she has, but a little too excited there, carried it.
Lady Red looking to eat away at the deficit. Within 8 now. As we're sub 3 minutes to go here in the third. Tigers' help side defense has been fantastic so far all game. 3-point shooting has not been that for Bellevue so far.
Other than Vogel, nothing doing on the offensive end beyond the arc for Bellevue.
I believe this is going to be a reach-in and foul number 3 on Dominique Wise.
Yes,
so
it is.
We'll see if Coach Santoro trusts her enough to keep her on the floor here at the end of the third. She's been such a valuable player, turning defense into offense all night.
Yeah, and she's tied with Vogel with 9 points for this Bellevue Lady Red squad. Losing her is a big piece of that offensive attack.
What a tough matchup she has. Netta,
nice
pass, sets up the freshman, and it's spun out.
That was halfway down. Big break for Bellevue.
Daisy Manns called for the reach-in.
That's her first team foul of the second half.
Yeah, it looks like Daisy probably going to be heading over to the sideline. Actually, it'll be Manetta.
Can we just talk about that pass from Manetta on the last possession? Yeah, it wasn't finished for a bucket, but she could have taken that up for herself for the shot, but great selfless basketball to give up the easier look, just didn't fall.
One of the leaders in the area in assists. Here's Kaya, end-to-end.
First points for her and one of the leading steal artists in the area showing off right there.
Tigers balloon the advantage back out to double figures.
They can keep it at 8 to 10 points here by the end of the quarter. That's a huge win for Javar Hudgens' bunch. But Bellevue's going to go to the line with a stop clock. Yes, Hayden. She got it, Hayden.
Bollinger.
Nice to see you watching, buddy.
Rewarded as she's working the offensive glass again. And we do see your comments rolling in out there in the Facebook and the YouTube lands. Keep them coming. The game within the game out there in the comment sections. Splits the pair.
That was Emma Bollinger's first point of the game. Mansfield Senior's done a great job containing her, the leading scorer for the Lady Red.
Ball movement gets into the hands of Kaya, her patented runner. Tipped out by Mansfield.
So still a 9-point lead for the Lady Tigers here.
Wise lost a defender. Missed the shot, though. That's been the story so far for the Lady Red here tonight.
Nice pass.
And Daisy just got clocked on the shot attempt. Julia Wyndham showcasing some of her versatility.
We've been seeing some great guard play by both sides here tonight. A couple moves to get open, a couple awesome passes. That time, Mans bailed out by the foul after another miss.
Daisy, a part of that class of 2024.
These stats are right. She's
not made a free throw all year.
That was only her 5th free throw, and she's yet to make one. That's going to be Annalise's 3rd foul. And that's a tough one there, too.
So Lady Tigers pick up with the 2-3 zone. From the corner, 3 ball back iron from Vogel. Tigers hold them to a 1 and done.
Wyndham, good job high pointing that rebound, starting the fast break.
Now Julia will shoot a pair at the charity stripe.
Now Wyndham's going to get those free throws. That'll be Haley Reese's 2nd foul. You know what? The ability not to hit the 3-point shot for Bellevue has really made a difference here tonight. Other than Vogel, nobody else has been able to hit from beyond the arc.
That was something that we talked about in the car ride on the way up here. The fact, looking at by the numbers, nobody really shoots it well from downtown for Bellevue. So you probably got to credit the Tigers coaching staff. That's what's been available out there. The help side defense is great. They're certainly trying to, every time someone gets into the paint off the bounce, sucking in, forcing the kick out, and the threes just are not falling right now for Bellevue.
And that's why you see, Coach Hudgens running this 2-3 zone. They're packing it in, they're forcing them to take those outside shots.
Foul's going to go against Wyndham. Judging from her reaction, she thought she got all ball backside on Bollinger, and it's hard to argue with her.
She got ball first there.
Emma puts through the first of 2, gets it back down to 10. Chance here to trim it to single figures. Can't do it. Norris with another board. And the Lady Tigers look like that's the last foul to give here on Bellevue.
That's going to be the 3rd on Rucker.
In a great spot here, Travis, to hold for the final shot of the quarter. Though that's not something that we've seen much of this year.
How many times have we said, hey, let's hold for the last shot, and then immediately they take it to the bucket? I'm just going to remain quiet here, Ski.
Just let them run through their offense. We'll see what happens. Bradley steps through 2 defenders. Gets it to Julia. Backing her way down to 3 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! Wouldn't fall for. And we are on the way to money time. Tigers looking to take down the defending district champs. 10-point lead as we head to the 4th.
Hit it, Ski.
Money time is here, and look at all the Tiger royalty here in the building tonight. How about John Beasley there sitting front row? I see Deshaun Hilliard, Maurice Bradley in the house next to his brother Chioki. Athletic Director Kevin Porter up in the bleachers. I see Superintendent Stan Jefferson sitting next to
Stan.
our buddy Effie James.
Oh, banks are open.
didn't realize this late here in Willard they are, but that's the case for Vogel. Checking in with a huge 3 to start the third after they just got outscored there, 17-9 in the third quarter, I should say, as we start the fourth. Hillary misfires, but her buddy's got her back. Amani Mitchell, who just checked back in, going straight to work.
Just the muscle and the effort from Mitchell there, forcing that ball back up with a couple arms on her. Put the lead back out to 9.
Going to get a bump here against Mitchell on the perimeter.
It's going to be her third, team's 5th, so they still have one more to give.
That's about as ticky-tack as they come right there.
Yeah, you can see that with the Lady Tigers fans section as well.
Can the Lady Red continue to find enough offense here tonight to get themselves back into the game, trailing by 9? They've only scored more than 9 points in a quarter once so far.
Well, they're going to have to start hitting from beyond the arc. Everybody other than Vogel is going to have to start doing that if they're going to want to come back, because Mansfield Senior is going to continue to lock down that paint with this zone. And now the Lady Tigers in the bonus for the final 6:56 as well.
Such big shots here for Mansfield coming up. If they can create some separation between them and Bellevue on the scoreboard, their confidence, of course, is going to rise as they get into crunch time here of the fourth quarter, a place where they got a lot of bad memories from early on in the season, blowing games early on in the campaign. Since then, they've allowed teams to get back into games, but they've at least finished them off. So, Travis, I definitely think, as any coach would like, if they can keep it around 10 points here for a while, they're probably going to be able to close this thing out.
And you know what? Early in the season, yes, they're tough losses, but they're learning experiences.
They need it.
They absolutely need it, especially being a young squad, because you don't get those. You know, you never know what could happen here in tournament time. Great transition.
But Daisy Mans continues to struggle here tonight.
But who is there to pick up the offensive rebound? Once again, Amani Mitchell taking over inside the paint here in this fourth quarter.
Here is the senior just rising above everybody. Rips down the board over Brown. And sinks the free throw like a senior captain should.
Only 38% from the line, but that time, perfect on the release. Make it 2 for 2. Only 6 points, but a lot of big rebounds from her tonight. Really balanced attack from her.
What an addition she has been here to the Mansfield Senior program as Bradley comes away with the turnover. Fell right into her hands. Both her and Kaya Wentz transferring, of course, from Mansfield St. Peter's. They played for Mansfield last year with St. Pete's not having a team. Both of them making the full transition, now a part of the school district.
And key pieces to the success of this team, who won 15 games for their first time we were talking about in the car in 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I think probably closer to 15, probably since those state Final Four team that they had.
But what a win will it be for Coach Hudgens and his group. As you take a look at Chokey Bradley, he's had some big wins on the football side recently. But what a win would this be for the Lady Tigers if they can hold off Bellevue?
Yeah, and I think success breeds success, even if it comes from your football program. If you watch your peers doing big things like Bollinger just did right there, you know, it's gonna rub off on you, and you're going to want to provide some big-time performances yourself. That's what we're seeing from the Lady Tigers here tonight. 12-point lead, just 6 minutes to go. In an excellent spot here. Try to get to the districts for the second straight season.
But still, this is Bellevue. This is a squad that they can score in bunches. Coach Hudgens right now, we got to keep our foot on the gas. We got to keep hustling. We got to keep getting those extra rebounds off the misses, because if we let up a little bit, this may be like the beginning of the season where Bellevue, if they hit a couple shots, they're going to get that confidence, and you never know what's going to happen. So you got to keep up the intensity for the Lady Tigers. And on the other side for Bellevue, like I just said, they've been in situations before where they've hit some big shots and come back. Why not do it again? They have the pieces. They don't have a Santoro on the floor, but they do have Vogel, Foose, Bollinger, who have been in these situations, who have won district championships, so they know how to play basketball in crunch time like this.
Bollinger averaging 14 points a game so far. 11 points for Vogel. Like to see those two seniors try to step up here when it matters most. Season on the line. How about a 2-on-1? Kaya dishes it off. Amani spins inside. Count it. One more on the way, too.
That was executed perfectly by Kaya Wentz. She made it to the last absolute second, nearly lost the handle, but then Mitchell, strong to the hole, counted and won.
Monty looking for point number 7 here tonight, off the front of the iron. Vogel lost her balance, somehow came away with it, and she laid out on her belly on the floor. Possession now is going to favor the Tigers, however. Senior High has done an excellent job here of late of really evading the pressure. The full court press has not meant much for Bellevue. And Amani Mitchell just taking over in the lane, man. That's her paint right now.
Scoreboard has her for 8. I have her for 10 points. Lady Tigers nearly caused the turnover, but still keeping up that intensity. Largest lead of the night, 16 points.
Tigers look like the more veteran team out here at this point in the contest. That's going to be a long 2. 3 times off the rim, tipped, and Bradley with a big board. Amani foul from the backside. 3-point opportunity coming up again. Coach Hudgens can't get enough.
Everything going the TY Tigers' way here in the fourth quarter. I don't know how that goes in. She got her hand slapped right as she released.
So Amani officially into double figures. Adds 1 more to the point total. Crushing it here in the fourth quarter.
I have her for 13.
Oh, excellent step through. Dominique tried to score with the right hand, left side of the rim. Tough shot. 1 and done again in Bellevue. Trailing by 19 points on the ropes here. Gasping for air.
Get it to Mitchell. Not a good pass, but just keep feeding Mitchell. She is the hot hand right now in the last 3 minutes. Only with 4 points coming into the second half. Scored 9 already.
See Alfred chiming in, says Mani's cooking, no question about it. She's got the salt, the paprika, all the sauces working. And the Tigers doing their thing right now defensively on the glass, not allowing Bellevue to have those second chance opportunities. And speaking of cooking with the salt, how about Chef Hillary to the cup?
Offhand made it look easy.
It's going to be a long 2, won't fall anyways. 1 and done yet again for the Lady Red. I think they're starting to see the writing on the wall. Keeping after it, though. Vogel forcing the turnover. Bollinger. Left hand at the rim. Timeout taken by Coach Santoro. Got his hands full here now. 4 minutes and change remaining. It's going to take more than just energy and effort to get the dub at this point. They're going to have to start cashing in, not just 2-pointers. They got to make it rain from beyond the arc.
Because, we were talking about in that first half that Bellevue picking up the intensity, getting those extra effort plays completely switched here in the second half. Mansfield Senior has controlled the pace. They've gotten the loose ball. They've gotten those extra offensive rebounds and putbacks, and it's showing now up 19 points. This has just been a phenomenal half for Mansfield Senior.
And you're 100% right. Them winning the 50-50 balls now, securing their blockouts, not letting Bellevue get to the glass for second and third tries. That's been the difference here in this fourth quarter. Plus, Amani Mitchell just absolutely going off.
What an effort.
Hillary doing her thing, 20 points for Kirsten Bradley. This is as clean and solid of a Tigers total team effort as they've probably had in a big game this year. And Mitchell, continues to go to work, collects her own miss. She's got 2 more free throws coming up. High five with her buddy Kaya Wentz there.
But once again, able to break the press. Wentz, again, perfect execution of the two-man game. And even though she missed it, she gets her own rebound. She'll go to the line.
Tigers in the double bonus. Even though this was a shooting foul, they'll have 2 shots every defensive foul for the rest of the contest, as they inflate the lead back up to 21 points. And even for the Tigers, I feel like this lead is safe at this point. But who knows? Crashing the glass, there's Reese.
Her first field goal of the game. Also on this Lady Tigers squad, 3 players in double digits. Balanced attack, something that they had in their win against Oak Harbor as well.
Wentz again trying to set up her former St. Peter buddy, who gets tied up. It's going to be Bellevue basketball. They love to try to make this thing interesting down the stretch, but as I mentioned, they're going to have to do it, in my opinion, from beyond the arc. You got to make some threes when you're down this much.
Yeah, they are not shooting well from beyond the arc. They've hit 4, all from Vogel, but that's it. Nobody else has been able to come close.
Tigers have been stampeding here in the second half, too. We didn't see them with these leak outs in the first. No look set up. Hillary with the dish off. Wow, what a fourth quarter here for Amani Mitchell, too, and the quick hands to force that. Hillary sends it ahead.
Dagger. Oh, no! I said too soon.
Tigers certainly clicking. Kyle Wentz almost probably 9 times out of 10 going to make that finish. Outstanding performance here from Mansfield Senior in this second half.
And barring a massive comeback from Bellevue, we're going to get a rematch in a district semifinal. We had a heck of a ball game between Clear Fork and Mansfield Senior last year at the Colt Corral at a sectional. Now we're going to see them together with a chance to go to a district championship game next week.
Oh, Hillary. The chef continues to add to her recipe. She is shaking and baking all over Bellevue. I don't think anybody in the district can probably match up with her one-on-one, and that's why I said Bellevue, they had their success in the first half when they were sitting in that matchup zone and they were extending. As soon as they switched to man-to-man, that's not a smart idea against Mansfield Senior.
You cannot go one-on-one with Minetta Hillary.
No one can check her, and then especially when Kirsten also was riding high on a wave of confidence, scoring, getting to the rack when she needed to, I kind of felt like that changed the tide of the game.
Absolutely. That in Mansfield Senior's second half intensity. I just explained in the timeout, getting those second chance points, getting to the loose ball, getting a couple lucky shots go through as well, but everything falling the way of the Lady Tigers tonight.
Who were battle-tested playing in the OCC. Coach Hudgens beefed up the non-conference schedule this year, too. Had a very quality win on the road at New Philly at the end of the year that I think kind of put them in a much better headspace heading into the tournament, feeling like they were a true top contender in this district. And not the same case, as we mentioned. It's not Bellevue's fault, but their conference this year, so weak from top to bottom, they just didn't get that good of a look against quality competition on a consistent basis like the Tigers got. And that's why they're running away with this thing here.
I think I can say it, Ski. They got it.
They got it, baby. Coach Hudgens and his squad going to be moving on to the round of districts for the second consecutive season. Can't tell you how proud I am of the job that we've watched him do here over the last 3 since he's taken over.
But not only this, everybody in this district here are the Mansfield Senior Lady Tigers. The Lady Tigers are here to stay, and this is their coming out party. Handling the team that has put a stranglehold on this district.
Owned it.
And not only are they going to win, but they're going to handedly knock off Bellevue. Welcome to the conversation, Coach Javar Hudgens and the Lady Tigers. And dare I say it too, this is probably Shelby's year, but next year, this TY Tigers, I think, make that step up. Clear Fork, they're losing some main pieces this season as well. This is their chance. But the Lady Tigers, they still have a couple of those bullets in the chamber for next season and the season after that.
Well, I dare to say I think Mansfield Senior matches up better with Shelby than does Clear Fork. The guard play for the Lady Colts is not as good as what Mansfield has, but they have a very special, unique player in Becca Conrad, surrounded by some decent guards, but not great guards like we've seen from the Tigers. This was exceptional guard play here today. And how about the play of their senior forward? 17 points for Amani Mitchell.
That's my MVP.
Maybe 19. That'd be my vote as well, because she did it in crunch time when the checks needed to be cashed. She went to the bank with all of them. Game on the line, fourth quarter. She helped extend the lead time and time again. Big rebound after big rebound. And how about Janiyah Hudgens? She was giggling all the way to the hoop. I'm not sure what's so funny. Maybe just having the time of her life out there, knowing that she's heading to districts again.
They're going to be cutting nets down here, Ski. They weren't able to do that last year. Get it out. Wow.
The freshman cracks the crouton out of midair. Swap.
But something they weren't able to do last year because those sectionals were at the higher seeds floor.
Oh, true.
They didn't cut down the net at Clear Fork.
Right.
They're going to be able to do it tonight.
Norris picks up the foul this time, though.
And something I like from what Coach Sellers was saying, they kind of practiced cutting down the nets this past week. They didn't actually do it, but they got that mindset of, hey, let's do this. Let's cut that down. Kind of like what Coach Jim Valvano did with his North Carolina State squad. You know, we got to practice doing this to get to that feeling of we can make it there. We can cut this down. And this is something that Coach Hudgens' team's going to do. And dare I say, in the next couple years, this isn't going to be the only time that they'll probably be cutting down nets in the next 3-4 years.
Certainly feels like it's the year of the Tiger. That also could be maybe about a 3-year span. So senior high gonna punch their ticket to the next round here tonight to match up with Clear Fork, a team, as you mentioned, they beat a season ago for the sectional championship.
And also, you know, I said this a couple weeks ago on the podcast. Mansfield Senior, I believed, was greatly underseeded. And to the ones, the haters to me saying, oh, what are you talking about? Look at everybody else's schedule. You believe me now? This is a good team. And this is going to be a good team for the next few years.
Well, I think they were properly seeded, given the records. However, they're a very dangerous 7 seed, and they show it here tonight. They don't just beat Bellevue, they wipe the floor with the Lady Red in the second half. Lady Tigers moving on to the round of districts. They'll cut down the nets here at Bob Haas Gymnasium. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our Frito Lay postgame that will include an interview with our MVP of the game. Might have to be twofold. Kirsten Bradley was sensational.
You got the mic. Whatever you want, Ski.
So was Amani Mitchell. That's all coming up after a quick commercial timeout. Keep it here. Live and free post-game hoops. Gonna return. Lots of fun still on the way from Willard.
Nervous?
Oh, Blaze. Brings back so many good memories.
Remember our road trip in '97?
Our first real heart-to-heart.
I've never seen any of your movies. Not even the ones we were together.
Hey, do you remember when that stalker kidnapped us?
Yes.
Blaze was there. Blaze.
Do you have barbecue or cheddar jalapeno?
Ooh. Oh, remember when we stumbled into that turf war? Remember when you bought your first house?
Hi, I'm Seth.
Those were good times.
They were golden.
You ready? Seth, do you?
I do.
And Janet, do you?
That's a yes.
I love this lady. Best day of my life. It's Freedom Fest, Ohio, featuring Justin Moore. You look like I need a drink right now. Crowder. Rodney Atkins, makes me wanna take a back road. Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Nice look to Denbo.
Regarding her beautiful
Behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Being aggressive and traveling. Or he's trapping. Inside to Holloway.
2-1-2 fast break. Ramsey has it. Takes it herself. Off the glass. And Crestview comes back.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
TY for Tygers. Mansfield Senior, back-to-back sectional champions. They defeat Bellevue, the second seed, 66-38. Travis Berardi back up here in our broadcast area as Brian Skoronsky is down on the floor awaiting our MVP interviews. But what a second half for the Lady Tigers. 46-20, they outscored Bellevue, mostly because of the play of Amani Mitchell. 15 points in that second half. Kirsten Bradley finishes with 20. Manetta Hillary, 12 points. As we take a look at our final sets. Hey, there's Ski down there. 66-38 your final. 24-13 field goals. 4 3s to 3 in favor of Bellevue. Bryn Vogel, all 4 threes. Rebounds, Lady Tigers again in the tournament, out-rebounding their opponents 34-24, holding Bellevue to one and done in that second half. Fouls were the same. Turnovers were the same. Lady Tigers able to hit their free throws down the stretch as well to keep that big lead. But just an overall great second half by Mansfield Senior to get the victory. These final stats brought to you by Frito Lay. 29-11 fourth quarter for the Lady Tigers. But let's take it down to Ski and our MVP.
Back now with our Lacey Construction MVP of the game, the lone senior on the TY Tiger squad, Amani Mitchell. You really stepped up your game, especially in that fourth quarter. Talk to me about that final sequence in general and just what happened. You took over the lane, and one after and one, got all the big rebounds, all the big buckets.
First half, I saw how easy it was. They're all smalls, and we got two bigs on the court. So I took advantage of it, and I got every rebound out there. I tried to get every rebound. I tried to get the putbacks and put them back up.
It seemed like the whole narrative of the game changed. In the first half, they were getting to a lot of the 50-50 balls. Down the stretch, it was all you guys showing the extra hustle. I imagine that just collectively, you guys just felt like you had it and you kind of took over. Is that how it felt on the floor?
Yes, we saw how they play. They're very, very quick. And then we just had to catch up to their speed, and we had to get higher than they were. And then we had to take advantage of it. We had the lead coming in second half. We had the lead, so we wanted to keep the lead. We had to get farther than they were.
Well, Bellevue's been dominating this district for a lot of years. You come in as the number 7 seed. You just cut down the nets here. They're playing the eye of the tiger. Give me some words. Well, what is this experience like for you and this young team that you have that you're playing with?
Very young. They're very young. But it's not over yet. They didn't want it to be over yet. I love this team. So they family. I did not want it to be over yet. Not at all.
So expectations for this team, you probably were talking way bigger than winning a sectional. What are some of the conversations going on in the Tiger locker room?
We ready for Clear Fork. So ready for Clear Fork. We ready for Beckham. And ready to play again at home.
All right, you could do that if you get to the regional, so just 2 wins away from making that happen. Congratulations, MVP. We got a pin for you. Lacey Construction MVP right here. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to my mom and dad. Thank you, guys.
All right, congratulations to Amani Mitchell. And I seen that we got Coach Hudgens is floating around too. I'll see if I can't line him up.
All right, well, Brian looks around for Coach Hudgens. Just bring it back up here. We'll do some individual scoring while we wait for him. First for Bellevue, led by Bryn Vogel, 4 threes, 12 points. Dominique Weiss, 9 points. 7 points for Emma Bollinger, 4 points for Haley Reese, 4 points for Ella Rucker, and 2 for Molly Foose. Let's see if we can get a wrap down there by Coach Hudgens. Let's take it back down to Ski.
All right, guys, I got the winning coach, back-to-back sectional championships now for you, Coach. Man, this was a butt kicking too in the second half. What did you see transpire that was able to put you guys in a position where you took over the game?
My girls have been telling me that they're making it home. They've said that they've told me that they're making it home, meaning regionals. So we got tough task Clear Fork, and then we have a tough task with Shelby, of course, but I think they're up for the challenge.
You had your lone senior on the team really step up in the fourth quarter. Amani Mitchell, was she being more vocal tonight? What led to her big explosion performance?
We've been working on specifically bounce passing to her, letting her finish. Like we've been spending the last 2 weeks doing that. And I think you work on something and it's starting to show out. It's starting to show up for us. So hopefully, and if you heard me, I kept yelling, be ready, Monty, be ready, Monty. It's because that's exactly how we worked on it, and it played out the way we've been working on it. So can't be more proud.
This was a much more free, loose-looking team than we saw early in the season, especially in the fourth quarter when things would get tight. Of course, you guys had your issues early. Not tonight, man. You blow them out of the water. You cut down the nets again, VAR. So, I got to imagine that this feels just so great for you. A young team, too, that you're taking back to the districts.
It feels really, really good. The girls are, we talked about what we need to do. They told me that sometimes I scare them with a big game plan. So I've been cutting that back and just telling them defend, rebound, and hoop. Just hoop. Just play basketball. And watch what happens when you go hard as you can go. And simplifying the game plan has really worked for us. So I'm going to continue to keep it simple and make adjustments accordingly when we need to. But other than that, we're ready for see Clear Fork.
All right, man. We'll see you over at Ashland when you play them later in the week. Congratulations, Coach Hudgens. Back-to-back sectional champions. Throw it back up to Trav.
Thanks, Ski. Coach Javar Hudgens didn't get the wrap. I wanted them to get the wrap, but, maybe later. Lady Tigers victorious here tonight. We'll go back down to Ski here in a moment, but great job tonight from Kirsten Bradley. 20 points to lead the Lady Tigers. Did most of the damage in the first half after Mitchell took over the second half, but it's that balanced scoring that allowed them to take care of it. So let's head it back down to Ski.
I got Kirsten Bradley with me, who was the leading scorer tonight, and you really ignited the fire for this team early on in the game. Tell me about your confidence level and where you're at now in the tournament of your sophomore season.
I knew that if I came out hot, my teammates would feed on my energy.
We got some mic difficulties right now, so throwing it back up here. Kirsten Bradley finishes with 20 points tonight, scoring for the Lady Tigers. 19 points for Amani Mitchell, 12 points for Monetta Hillary, 7 points for Julia Wyndham, 4 points Annalise Norris, 4 points for Kaya Wentz to round things out. But another balanced attack by the Lady Tigers tonight, and once again out-rebounding their opponents. I believe they out-rebounded Oak Harbor last week, a couple nights ago, by 15 to 20. They did about the same margin tonight against Bellevue, and holding them to one and done, especially after they were unable to hit some of those three-point shots. Just a major help for this Lady Tigers squad, as I'm about to welcome Brian Skoronsky back up here. But, just telling the fine folks in their homes, the ability to hold Bellevue to one and done and get out in the transition really helped the Lady Tigers out in that second half.
They played much better in that second half, and we talked about it there at the end of the fourth quarter. I think it was the change in defensive strategy for Bellevue that ended up costing them the game. They did not go back to the zone at any point, the zone that kept them in the game for that first half. As soon as they switched the man to man, they were cooked. Monetta Hillary started getting it going. She had a lot of flavor with her game tonight, as we've seen all year long. And then when Amani Mitchell started getting it going in the paint, it was a thing of beauty for Mansfield Senior. And this is a confident team that definitely feels like they're not anywhere near being done with the tournament run. Talking about getting back home, man, playing them regionals at Senior High.
What a story would that be if they were able to do so. They already knock off the second best team here in the district. They got to go through the third and the first to do it, but what momentum they have after not only just beating Bellevue, but just handling them in the second half. 46 to 20, they outscored Bellevue in that second half, and they just seem like a confident team.
Yeah, no
going
question.
Into the next week.
Really looking forward to seeing them match up with Clear Fork, and like I mentioned during the broadcast, I feel like the Tigers would be a better fit to try to take on the big, elephant gorilla that's hanging out, the number one team in the state, undefeated Shelby, if they can knock off Clear Fork. That's a task that they were able to do last year. We'll see if the Tigers are up for it again round 2.
Yeah, and if they can get a balanced scoring effort like they did tonight, like they did in their sectional semifinal, they could probably play with anybody here, especially with that effort that they put in the second half. So what a win for the Lady Tigers, and I think the first of many in the upcoming years.
That'll wrap up our coverage here from Willard High School. 66-38 Tygers taking care of business. They will move on to the Division II Ashland District semifinals. We will have those games for you live and free on, I believe that's Thursday night, right?
Wednesday or Thursday, yeah.
Thursday,
I think it's Thursday, yeah.
A lot of games coming up this week.
This is only number 2 of 30, so. Yeah.
Just keep it locked in here on the OH Report all week long. Your tournament headquarters. We've got it all week long. Tomorrow night, Cardington versus Johnstown. Monroe will be on the live stream. Travis will be on the call for that one. So make sure that you tune back in tomorrow night. Want to thank our fantastic staff for bringing you tonight's game, including our 2 camera folk, Garrett Parlett and Storm Blunchley, who called the first of our doubleheader here tonight. Adam Thompson, our fabulous director, making all the great graphics. Jory Hollenbeck, our commercial maker. My name is Brian. For Travis, thanking you all for watching and thanking all of our awesome sponsors for bringing it to you live and free. But for now, for tonight from Willard, we are out of here.